trap number 4, not asking for support when you need it. So I'm sure you're sensing a bit of a theme here by now. How did you go asking for assistance with the 3 things from the exercise in trap 2? Those things that you decided that you wanted some support with. Have you done anything with that yet? If not, note it down, get it done. So we've stripped a few things away from your life that were not adding value. We've learned to say no when we don't want to do something. We're not martyring ourselves anymore. And now we need to learn to ask for support. It's so common to try and do everything ourselves. Sometimes we're trying to prove that we're worthy. We do everything for everybody to prove to them that we're worthy or that we're good enough, that we're independent and that we don't need anyone. Maybe people will judge us if we ask for help. Maybe they'll think that we're a failure or a bad mum. It might let everyone in on the secret that we're not good enough or not worthy because we can't do it on our own. Does that sound familiar? And just to let you know, it's not true. You are worthy and you are good enough, even when you can't do it all on your own. It just makes you human. So firstly, it is not a weakness to ask for support. It's a strength. Many of us like to set this unattainable expectation of ourselves that we would never in a million years expect anybody else to live up to. We need to be treating ourselves like we would treat a child or a best friend. Acknowledge that we all need support sometimes, and you need to get comfortable asking for it. I'm sure you agree that when your friend, your partner, your child comes to you and says, I need help, I'm struggling, the very first thing you do say is, of course. I'm sure you don't judge them as unworthy or not good enough or less than just because they've asked for help. Interesting that we have these different rules for ourselves though, isn't it? Yet we are teaching our kids how to be just like us. And regardless of whether we want them to or not, they're learning this same behavior, creating the same unattainable expectations for themselves. Ask yourself, is this something that your mum did or your dad did? Where did you learn this behavior from? Because this is exactly what you're teaching your kids. When we tell our children that we don't need their help, we're unintentionally giving them the impression that they're not needed or that they are not good enough. For example, if you're trying to clean the kitchen and you've got a small child who's saying, can I help you, mommy? I want to help you. And you say, no, it's quicker just for me to do it myself. They're trying to be like you. They want to be of assistance. They want to be of value and appreciated for helping. We have 2 options here. We can pull them in and say, yes, absolutely, you can help, and work with them and teach them. And yes, it will probably take twice as long to get it all done, and it probably won't be done as well. However, your child feels included, they feel worthy, and there's an opportunity for you to express your appreciation for their help and support, and to teach them the value of helping and supporting, as well as teaching them that it's okay to ask for help and to accept help. On the other hand, you could say, no, I just want to do it myself. It's quicker if I just do it. And then the child doesn't have the opportunity to be appreciated, to feel valued, to feel worthy. They didn't get to learn. Allowing your children to help you is extremely powerful in terms of helping them to develop and learn new skills, and also in building their self-esteem, as well as teaching them to ask for support when they need it. There's another thing that asking for help does. It creates brain space. When you're feeling overwhelmed or struggling with a particular problem, you have this stuff just rolling around in your head over and over. And you go to bed and it's still going around and around in your head. You can't get anywhere with it. You're just stuck inside this problem. And the action of talking to someone about it starts to get it out of your head. they're probably going to ask you some questions that you hadn't thought to ask yourself. This means you're going to start to look at the problem differently as well, maybe from a different angle. And they may come up with some new ideas, and maybe they're good ideas, maybe they're not. Regardless, it's a different perspective. And when we start to bring in another perspective, it starts to break the boundaries down of the problem, and it starts to get you unstuck. And you can start to see it from all of these different perspectives and more objectivity, rather than just from your limited perspective from being trapped inside the problem. And you'll start to see more possibilities, potential solutions, other options, more potential outcomes. So again, asking for help can be really helpful. Who would have thought? And lastly, it's an opportunity to be grateful. When you're feeling under the pump and you're not really knowing how you're going to get out of this situation, and you put your hand up and you ask for help, when help and support is provided to you, then you have the opportunity to be grateful and show your appreciation to that other person. And this is a gift, a gift that you get to give them that makes them feel amazing for having the opportunity to assist you. So the exercise for this trap, over the next few days and weeks, when people offer you assistance, instead of going into that default mode of, no, I've got it, it's easier if I just do it, practice just saying, yes, please, and thank you. That's very much appreciated. You know, can I help you with the dishes? Yes, please, thank you. I'd really appreciate that. Do you need any help with dinner? Yes, please. Here, peel the carrots. Can I give you a hand with your project? Actually, I've got this covered. However, I'd love it if you could start on this other piece of work. Just some baby steps to get started. I'm not asking you to go out and bare your soul asking everyone for help. Let's just start accepting the help that's been offered. You'll notice when you start accepting it and showing your appreciation, then more offers of support will come. And remember that this is not just you learning to do things another way. Your family are being retrained here as well. So they may have already stopped offering a long time ago because they were never allowed to help. So stick with it. It will be worth it.